Yeah. All right, so a couple minutes late. It is Tuesday, excuse me, Monday, April 24th, a little bit after 6:05. Calling to order the public meeting for the proposed amendments to the building permit fee schedule. And I will now turn the meeting over to the CBO. Wayne Cobb. Floor is yours, Wayne. Wherever you're comfy.
I just spoke with these gentlemen here, and this lady in there.
Where you just moved your right front of the camera just a little bit further. There you go. Now you're good.
So I'm not gonna read the presentation, if that's okay, if you all have a copy.
Yep.
Just gonna go over the highlights. And a lot of the information on the first page and the second page are within the that yearly report that was then again, but that's what you got here in the year.
Okay.
And I just wanted to go over the amendments that the amendments are about. Total amendments. Are basically the with regards to the administrative order in April of 2022, where minimum area for buildings are required for building permits were that was amended from 10 square meters to 15 square meters, and it included things like accessory buildings like the shed, the tables, and greenhouses. That were and exempted listed from within building permits for those structures that were basically less than 161 square feet. Most of those buildings are the typical building that are being built at the municipality right now, and there are some areas within the building code and the zoning bylaw that have to be addressed whenever a structure is on a property. And basically the structures must have this separation described in the building code for distances from each beds and septic systems. Small buildings without foundation must be tied down to the ground with ground anchors. Septic building must be supposed to be 2 meters to another building, or 1 meter from the lot line and 2 meters from a lot line out of the rural area. And when you're being adjacent to waterways, they may require a permit from the conservation authority. So those still have to be reviewed by the municipality, by the building official. And there should be a slight fee for that review. And I'm suggesting that instead of a building permit, that we issue what we call a zoning certificate or zoning approval, which would be similar to what we do with the client report, which would be $50. Fee schedule is also being amended to reflect the reasonable fees for institutional, commercial, and industrial buildings. And just for giving an example, last year we had over $300 million of construction in industrial buildings, and we've only collected about $22 million for building permit fees. So what I'm suggesting is that I am proposing that the building permit fee for industrial, commercial, and industrial building permits be set at a minimum building permit fee of $1,000 or $25 per square foot. And so that would basically mean that we have if we were working on a 6,000 square foot building, which falls under what we call small structure. That would be a maximum permit fee of $2,500 per building permit. Structures that are over 6,000 square feet would require additional building permit fee, and that would be that's the cost of engineering and architecture fees. Because of the complexity of the building and the size of the building. And that basically would be a fee that would be negotiated with the developer with the approval of the council. Non-refundable base fees are also being increased from $95 to $115. Now that base, non-refundable base fee is the fee that when you submit an application for a building permit. It covers the cost of the, let's say, the general review of that permit. Because it doesn't happen often, it happens often enough that somebody would come in and ask for a building permit and then decide that they don't want it. And we expend the time and bring resources to produce that building permit. So this fee is not, is a fee that would be non-refunded because of the time spent to produce the actual permit. And residential building permit fees are increasing by basically 5 cents per foot from $1.30 to $1.35. That's just to cover a bit of the cost of inflation when it comes to running the department. Last year in May, the council adopted a fence bylaw. And there are a few restrictions within the fence bylaw that should be addressed prior to erecting a residential fence. Such as residential fences up to 18 inches from the sidewalks. That's new and something the resident should know with the fence. The resident may require a survey of Ontario land surveyor to confirm their lot line. That seems to be the favorite question every time someone calls me looking for information about how to work a fence. And the first question I always ask is, "Please, are your lot lines?" And in many cases, they don't. I suggest that they should basically have a survey to determine where it is. So then, assuming the neighbor, then they know that the fence is the right location. Because typically we get the call after. And the guidelines are also important, in particular when you're on a corner lot, because they're restricted to 1 meter above the center of the road. And those things should be reviewed, and again, that permit is would be installed. Those are the amendments to the bylaw, but the building bylaw permit fee schedule. If you have any questions, I'll answer.
I think I'll just go ahead. I don't know if it'll be too much to ask of the CBO, but the changes that were suggested, that we suggested from my reading of here to have been all made.
Yes.
Yeah, and the minimum distance separation review applies to the change in the zoning from the province, changing the size of the minimum square footage, right?
Yes.
So it would only apply for buildings larger than 100 square feet. Is that the?
It's 161 square feet for a basically an accessory building.
Yeah.
But those buildings are restricted also to buildings that are for storage purposes.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, if it was a 160 square foot or 150 square foot building to be used as a chicken coop, but that's different. Because then we run into some agricultural issues.
Sure. But I think if I'm misspeaking, I'm not sure, but before the change from the province, it was up to 100 square feet.
100 square feet. Yeah.
So I think as a group, we said anything smaller than 100 square feet would not require.
That's true.
Any permit at all, right? Permitted the way that it's listed. The only time you need the minimum distance separation is from 100 square feet to 161.
That's right.
Okay. And we fixed the one that was 90 that seemed to stay at 90 for the longest time. And it's at 115. So
Yeah, that's right.
yeah, so all the changes, I think, are good.
So just, if the building there, it's, really nothing to do with item number 25. The blind tree here, the buildings, you can say it's spread.
Yeah, okay, there it
Not,
is, yeah,
not,
right, okay, right, yeah, sorry,
same
the
value.
compliance retreat.
Yeah.
Sorry, misspoke.
Or
That's the only one, well, there are the minimum distance. Okay, so following the guidelines of previous, meeting, I guess. Anyone that have questions? So it's public, right? It's not really for us, so, so do I follow the same process as 3 times then?
Yeah.
Okay, so, public meeting for amendments to the building permit fee schedule, so, we do have 2 members of the public with us tonight, there's nobody on via Zoom, correct? So I will ask the question, does anyone wish to speak for or against, the proposed changes to the building, fee, for building permit fee schedule? And I'll give it one more opportunity. Does anyone in attendance wish to speak for or against the building permit fee schedule? Hearing none, then I can call the meeting. Do I need a motion to adjourn? No. Okay, so then we end the meeting then at 6:15 PM. Thank you. Okay. There we go. Thanks, Ben. Thanks, Glenn. So no comments. Those you can have, I thought you might. Yeah. I got the paper copy, they left me the paper copy, I don't want them. But I figured you may have